Hey guys, Tim here with a manga tag video response thing. I don't normally do these. I've been tagged in a couple, but I've never responded to them. But I figured I'd do this one since it's mainly manga based for the tag. So I got tagged in a video response from Aizenburg, which I'll probably leave a link to his channel in the description below, and the original creator Pastel Sakura. There will also be a link to her channel. I guess I've never heard of her or him or whoever runs that channel, but I'll probably leave a link. I've never watched any of their videos, so yeah, let's get on with this. I'm going to answer 15 questions about manga I own, I guess, and I have them all stacked up, so let's get on with it. Question number 1, what was your first manga? And that is Bleach Volume 22. I believe I've said this in a couple of videos. It's the first manga I ever bought. It's mainly the reason I got into manga, and ever since I read this, Bleach has been my favorite series. Next question, what was your most expensive manga? This one is question number 2. And if we're talking about just straight manga, it's definitely going to be High School of the Dead Full Color Edition. Retail price $50, I got it for $30. But if we're talking about the most expensive manga related thing that I've ever bought, that's definitely going to go to Jojo Would Go Go. This is an art book by Hirohiko Araki on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it was $116. Next question, number 3, what was your least expensive manga? That's going to be Rave Master Volume 1. I got it for 25 cents. Number 4, the most boring manga you own or have read or whatever. And I'm probably going to come under a lot of heat for this one, but it is definitely Hellsing. I read Volume 1, had to force myself to read through it, did not like it at all. Made it about halfway through Volume 2. I know not to judge a book by the first 2 volumes. I just haven't felt a reason to buy the rest of it yet. It's like 10 volumes long, and it's definitely the least favorite manga that I've ever read. Number 5, what is your favorite manga series? I have 2 actually. For the first 5 years of me collecting manga, my favorite series has always been Bleach. This is volume 48. But this year I bought up 1 through 31 of a certain series, and it is right up there with Bleach as my number 1 favorite. They're tied for first. This is a great series, and it is Hunter x Hunter. Really excited for volume 32, which I have in the mail. Number 6, what is the most relatable manga you own? And that one's going to be, I guess I relate a lot with Kaoru from Naruto Kaoru. As far as being an outcast and kind of shunned by society a little bit, but this is mainly because I'm a skateboarder for one thing, and not many people are too fond of that really on the streets. I've gotten into a lot of arguments and close fights and stuff like that with random people, but I don't know, I relate a lot with him, and that's why I love Naruto Kaoru, is because of the emotions and how you can relate with a lot of it. Number 7, a manga that is based off from an anime instead of the other way around. I have a lot of them that are based off of novels and some video games and stuff, but I don't really know if I have any that's based directly off anime. I don't know which one came first out of Gurren Lagann and Onegai Teacher or Please Teacher, but these are 2 of them that I know the anime are really popular, and I believe the manga was based off from them or something like that. I'm not really sure, so don't quote me. Number 8, what is your rarest manga? I don't really have an answer for this one. I have a lot of rare manga that are out of print, but I don't know if it's talking about the rarest, hard to find, or the most expensive, so I'm going to go with the hardest to find, and that's probably going to be a lot of the old manga that was published in comic book format. Like this is a manga Gray published by Viz Select Comics, before there was Viz Media or whatever Viz, before it was the Viz of today. They published manga in comic book format. Number 9, a reprinted manga you own, and that's going to have to go to Dead Man Wonderland. Tokyo Pop owned the rights here in the United States, and then Viz Media picked up the rights because Tokyo Pop went under stateside, and now we have Dead Man Wonderland again. I believe they published maybe 5, 6, 7 volumes, Tokyo Pop did, and Viz Media is republishing them. I'm going to go ahead on record and say I love the Viz Media release a lot more. It actually has color pages, a couple of them, and I love the cover a lot more because it's the same as the Japanese manga, I believe. But the Tokyo Pop release is like a little wider, so I don't really know what that's about. I think Tokyo Pop may have used thicker paper, I don't know. Number 10, the most popular manga series you own. If you're talking about stateside, I believe that has to go to Naruto. Naruto is probably still the most popular manga here stateside. I know it's always on top on sales. And recently Attack on Titan became number 2, a close to, and has been runner-up in recent times. But Naruto still sells more than anything else, I believe, here stateside. But if you're talking about in Japan or the whole world, that definitely goes to One Piece. It's sold more than pretty much every other manga combined. It outbeat Dragon Ball by a lot. Number 11, the most damaged manga you own. This one's going to go to Blood Plus Volume 5. This was way back whenever I first started collecting, like within my first 50 manga or so. I actually used to let other people read my manga until this happened. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a very nasty bend right here. This is what happened to it. And this is the reason I don't let other people read my manga or anything anymore. I'm not going to go into the story about how this happened, but it got damaged. Number 12, manga with the most amazing art. I love a lot of art. This isn't going to be my favorite art. I believe I have a top 5 favorite art styles, but this is going to be the most wow manga art there is that I know of. And that's probably going to go to Berserk by Kentaro Miura and Vagabond by Takehito Inoue. Their art is just phenomenal in these series. Very, very good. Now we're on to number 13, the oldest published manga you own. And again, I'm going to go over stateside and Japan, I guess, or just stateside, really. Whatever. That's going to go to 3-4 series, I guess. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Volume 1, which started in this was printed in Japan. First printing was in 1987. Then we have Oh My Goddess and Berserk, which also Berserk started in like 86, I believe, is when the prototype one-shot was ran, and it's really good. But and Oh My Goddess was also published in like 88, I believe. So these 3 series are from the 80s, and they're really old. And as far as oldest published manga stateside, that might actually go with Sookie Doji, which is hentai manga published by CPM Manga a while ago, I believe, possibly back in the late 80s, early 90s. I haven't really did too much research, but this is issue 1 of the manga. I'm pretty sure it's chapter 1 though. Now we're on to number 14, newest published manga you own. I believe this goes to Bleach Volume 59 and Nisekoi Volume 2. I believe they was published the same month in like February or March, something. I don't really know. It's probably the newest manga as far as published stateside that I've bought. And last but not least, number 15, a manga you bought recently. This is probably the newest manga I bought, and that's Naruto Volumes 1 through 15. These are the newest manga that I've bought that have come in. I have more on the way. I have O Parts Hunter Volume 1 through 10 and Hunter x Hunter Volume 32 in the mail. So that would be the newest manga, but they're not in yet. So Naruto 1 through 15 is the newest manga that I've bought. So there you have it. This is the end of the manga tag video or whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video later.